out in a second.
What is up, everybody? We are live, and as we've said last week, bullshit episode. Sean, Nikki, Alex, Jen, what's up? We have not reviewed the Kill, just to get the business out of the way. We have not reviewed Kill Bill 1 and 2, and there is a reason for that. We did start a Kill Bill marathon, to which we did review
Tarantino,
I'm sorry. Thank you, Alex. We did Reservoir Dogs. I believe we did Death Proof and Pulp Fiction, right? Was there one more?
Yeah, because there was an episode without Anthony, and then an episode without me. And it was...
No Lewis today. He's off fighting crime in one of the Gotham metropolis areas. We don't fully know entirely. But yeah, so we did do some Tarantino flicks. We are going to continue our Tarantino, but we were waiting because there was a rumor... obviously didn't come to fruition, but the report was that last year we were going to see 4K transfers of the Kill Bill movies, and it never happened.
and I think Jackie Brown or something like that.
Yeah, they were going to start doing them all, and they didn't. So Kill Bill 1 and 2 is still on the docket. All of the Tarantino shit, including the 4-hour-long Hateful Eight, like all of that shit, we are going to review. We just got it. That'll be in future episodes. Keep watch. You know what I'm saying? How are you fellas doing tonight?
Doing well.
Pretty good.
I was tired up until like about 5 minutes ago. Now I got some energy.
Well,
I hate to commission where I had to draw a woman with 2 penises.
That's not a woman.
$300.
Oh wait,
so. It's
I think
2024, man. It could be whatever.
Ted said it best when he said, "No, Johnny, there's no chicks with dicks, just guys with tits." I think that's the best quote you can think of.
That is an amazing quote.
Dust Till Dawn, I think, is the other one we did review. Right?
Yes.
Or no?
That was it.
It was.
I know
right?
we left off. I know we left off at Planet Death Proof because we didn't do Planet Terror. So
we did not.
Everything from that before is what we've done, as far as chronological.
Alex went into the bathroom and did a snoot boot, as we like to call it here on the show. A 5-hour energy. You know what I mean? I'm sorry if I'm fiddling with something. I have a cold going on right now, and I haven't taken any cold medication, and I just realized that as why do they make this packaging so hard? Fuck you.
Just eat it. Just eat the pack. Just take the whole
Just
thing.
eat the package.
I got a digestion system. Inglorious
Just make sure you
Bastards.
chew it.
I think the first 5 minutes of Inglorious Bastards is probably some of the best writing in any movie.
We were
I think we did Inglorious Bastards too.
We have not.
We have not, no.
Nope.
But we were at my sister's Thanksgiving party last year, and Emmy looks over at the TV and she's like, "Why are they skinning his head?" And we look over and it was Inglorious Bastards. Like, oh,
Merry Christmas. But I mean, I love that movie. I do find it awesome that he really doesn't give a shit about, like, he's a fan of history, and, like, you know, if he was making a historical movie, he would. But I like that he kind of takes the idea of, like, I'm not making a movie based on history. This is my version, and I'm going to film a scene where Hitler gets gunned down because I don't like him killing himself in reality. I want to see him brutally murdered. Childproof, thanks, Chicago. Well, Chicago, believe it or not, while bad, is not as bad as places like San Francisco and shit. When you hear CVS is just like, fuck it, we're gone. We've closed down. We're leaving the neighborhood because there's just so much stuff. I will say Inglewood, which is really Chicago's pride and joy neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, if you're to Mad Max Beyond the Thunderdome. But
my wife was at work downtown today, and 2 kids were gunned down today.
Yeah, right out in the loop.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
There was multiple calls while you were streaming. That happened.
You see, but the problem, you know what's happening now, and reason why there's like uproar, is because everywhere, like every major city, is becoming Chicago. And I know Vet loves Texas. Boy, do I love Texas. I'm with those boys in that fight right now. But we're not talking about that. What I'm talking about is Texas is getting infected by the same bullshit Chicago is going on, because people are moving from like California and voting in the same bullshit. And next thing you know, crime rates are up and stuff like that. So Texas is unfortunately under siege. And, and I heard more statues are being... what is our fixation with statues? Who gives a... Has anybody walked past a statue and been like, fine, I don't agree with this guy? Like, I don't give a fuck.
The pigeons love them. I don't know.
Who gives a shit about statues?
But whether you agree with it or not, it's history. Like, whether you agree with it or not, us killing American Indians is American history.
Hey,
us
to be fair...
slaves is American history.
Like, no, hold on. I'm going to correct you. Slavery is not American history. Slavery is world history.
It's part of our history.
Oh yeah, like, I mean, and it's
you can't
what do
write
they call
it out.
Like, what is it? America's greatest sin, I think, as they call it. But
here's
the thing: how come that's the greatest? Like, shouldn't we also lump in like how we treated the Irish? Shouldn't we also?
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
Like, shouldn't we also lump in like the Japanese and internment camps? Like the whole sad story of Miyagi was he went to go fight a war. Since we are a movie podcast. And meanwhile, they rounded his pregnant wife up, and the child died in her womb because of the conditions. So, if we're going to be really talking about America's greatest sin, then we really need to lump all that in. And I admit, slavery, bad move, bro. But it wasn't America only, bro. The whole world was active in the slave trade. We just kind of take it on our shoulders. Like, America doesn't complain. They just kind of go, all right, we did it. Like, cool. Meanwhile, the Europeans scurry into dark corners of the rooms and go, we never did that. That was all them. We didn't enslave anybody ever. Egyptians.
It was that guy from the Warriors. It wasn't me. It was them.
It was the Warriors. Why did he have such a high? Was that okay? Was his high pitched voice his voice? Or I think it was a mix of his voice and it being a movie from the 70s. Because anytime you hear old shit recorded, it's always an octave higher for some reason. It's weird.
I think they told him you're such a small...
I felt like they told him to do that.
Yeah, you're such a small guy. Make your voice kind of high-pitched.
Yeah,
it's the 70s. They were all smaller guys. If we go back to historically, Jesus was 4'7".
That's true. Jesus was a shorty.
And he was black.
Napoleon is a giant black.
I'm just saying.
You broke, man.
You know what happened is like when you're watching a YouTube video and it's already buffered enough to where if your internet goes out, you've still got like a minute. So my brain already had like the buffer going, and then it processed, and I was like, huh? Like, you just shut everything down. Good one. Yeah, but Jesus, Thomas Edison was black. Nikola Tesla was a black woman. We all know that to be true. Dude, casting is getting wild. It's like, yo, Albert Einstein.
It is.
Albert Einstein biography. Who do you want to be Einstein? I got you. Check it. You ready? Huh? Chris Pratt? Chris Evans? Any of the Chris's? Jaden Smith. What the fuck?
Huh.
He's not even doing like a German accent. He's just like, yo, MC Square, bro. It's like, all right, sell your $200 jeans. Get the fuck away from me. Have you ever seen that? He's over here like trying to save the earth because we throw away too much clothing. So buy my $200 jeans and they'll last you longer. And it's like, you could just advocate. Well, you could also put money into the current infrastructure so it's not being made by slave wage, like labor. and thus the quality would maybe be better and your average jean would last longer. But instead of solving the problem of children sewing jeans for Walmart, he's just like, nah, I got this. And he goes and makes really expensive jeans. And he's just like, yeah, I know they cost you 10 times more than a shitty pair at Walmart, but they last you longer. I don't know. I don't know if he does that. I just kind of assume at this point.
They would probably last 10 times longer if they didn't wash them too, because you're not supposed to wash jeans whatsoever.
You're not.
So I thought that's like, so what do you do?
So I guess air them out.
Jeans. Yeah, you air them out. You're not supposed to put them in the washer unless you spill something on them that's like a stain.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm supposed to believe jeans that are made for rugged men? Are you just supposed to air out the stank?
If it's real jean, yes.
What is real jean?
The stuff that I get that they only make for me is not real jeans.
All right, here's the situation. I've got an old pair of JNCOs. So like Levi. I can't get a stain out of them. Do I wash them? Because I need my white people's version of bell bottoms. So what do I do then? Do I just let the air stain it out? Do I have a shit? Well, it's a brown mysterious stain on
them then.
I had JNCOs, but I didn't have the crazy ones. I just had the ones that like JNCOs were the worst in the winter because by the time you got home, 5 inches of the pant was wet, and yeah, if it rained, your laces were rained. Jen washes her jeans every 2 to 3 weeks unless they get dirty. Stains are not cool. Kids, don't believe that, right? Don't make these idiots make you like think damaged clothing is cool. You know what damaged clothing was when I was a kid? You were white trash. There was no pre-distressed pants. No, the crotch blew out because I'm a fat fucking kid and we don't have any money. So I'm just wearing an extra layer of something underneath because it's fucking blown out. It is what it is. That wasn't cool. That was poor.
That's true. It was poor.
Nowadays it's fashion. Nowadays it's like, oh yeah, my whole pocket's blown out. Meanwhile, when my pocket blew out, I almost lost my wallet. All of my change was gone because that was back in the day where people still use coins. Not anymore.
And now it costs you $350 to get those pre-worn jeans.
You know how you know we are in a coinless society? Name me a store you've gone to that doesn't ask you to round up to donate to charity.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Dude, when we go shopping and my wife pays cash, and she's digging through her wallet for change, I'm like, no. She said, but I have the exact no.
Giovanni just reaches in and grabs a handful and chucks it at the person and runs away with the products. He's like, I'm done. He just
puts that extra $1 bill. He's like, here, just take it and go.
Denim has a shelf life of how many washes they can take. I mean, I don't know. I just find it a little weird that a material that's meant to like be rugged is also like, meanwhile, Carhartt's just like, no, you need to wash it. Otherwise, it's a spacesuit. It'll never break in. Wash it every chance you get.
That's the thing too about jeans. Like if you wear them and you don't wash them, they start to expand a little bit. You know that you broke them in. Once you wash them, they go back a little bit. So that's why they're always a little tighter.
Here's the thing: jeans are not meant to be stretchy pants, though.
No. I'm saying they feel like they stretch a little bit. They're just worn.
Do you remember coin-operated newspaper? I do, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Well, my parents also, like I said, we were poor, so like we would go to you guys know Gurney Mills Mall. They used to have the J.C. Penney outlet. We would go there, and we would get a winter windbreaker, and it'd be like San Francisco 49ers, and it's like we live in Chicago, but it was on clearance, and it was cheap, so that's what we got.
Sean, the homeless here would take out. They would put the money in for the one paper, and they would take them all, and then they would sell them for on the corner.
Piece, yeah. And then
they would sell them at the cars.
Some genius asshole saw that, and he's like, "I'm gonna get these bums to make
Streetwise."
And then Streetwise came out, and then every bum was like, "No, man, I'm a businessman." And it's like, "Oh yeah, why do you need the money from the paper? Smoke some crack. You're not a businessman." Neither was Hunter Biden,
man. They get their little lanyard and everything.
Yeah, those used to be everywhere. And then you had the free newspaper that was like the Daily Independent one, and it's like nobody.
The Red Eye.
Nobody. Yeah, I used to like that was the paper I read. I'd grab the Red Eye. It was free. It was easy.
I used to love the crossword puzzles.
My dad still wears the 49ers jacket. I'm not even joking. One year we walked into JCPenney outlet. I think we walked out with a 49ers one, a fucking Miami Dolphin. Once again, we live in Chicago, Illinois, but we walk out of the JCPenney outlet with like every other fucking team's gear because it was on clearance. Because you're in Chicago. Who the fuck is buying 49ers windbreakers in Chicago? Idiots and poor people. That's it. Or, you know, like, I guess transplants. All right. Well, everybody, it's been a good night. I think we had some fun here. Oh, wait, what? There's more? We don't have a movie to review. No movie today.
No.
We didn't want to do one. We would just want to hang out. Which this is where we started the discussion in Discord, and I'm working on getting our Spotify up to date with the latest episodes because I got to trim out the intros and then upload the trimmed out intro versions to Spotify because I don't want people logging on to Spotify and having 8 minutes of bullshit. You know, the starting soon screen.
Oh, because it's just sound, right?
Well, it's the trailer, but nobody like if you're logging on to Spotify to listen to a podcast, you don't want 8 minutes of bullshit before you can even listen to it, right? Okay. So I'm trimming the intros out. I've got like the last 15 or 20 of them done, and I think that's where I'm going to cap it, which is about when we started going live permanently. And from now on, I'm going to get those in there, and then after that, Spotify will be updated weekly. If we have an episode, by the end of that weekend, it will be on Spotify. So, because here's the thing is, I have YouTube Premium because I hate commercials and I watch a lot of YouTube. But I understand a lot of people prefer their shit on Spotify. We are on Spotify video as well. And myself, I prefer podcasts on Spotify for like when I'm driving and shit. So this weekend, actually, I'm going to work on getting the Spotify updated to have the past 15 to 20 episodes. All of the other ones, though, you got to come to the YouTube for that archive. But from now on, every episode by the end of the weekend will be on Spotify as well as trimmed up and in the proper playlist for Nerded 2 Movie Podcast on the YouTube page. So trying to get that cleaned up a little bit to work a little bit better. And I want to make sure we get the Spotify updated because I know Spotify is better for more of driving and if people just prefer it. Not everybody pays for YouTube Premium. Nobody likes Google. So Spider-Verse not getting a Best Picture nod is bullshit. Spider-Verse is 3 times the movie. What this little emoji's blocking? What is that?
Yeah, Barbie.
3 times the movie Barbie was.
Margot Robbie didn't get nominated.
Well, yeah, and Hillary Clinton was a little pissed about that.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about
on a rocket, man.
I don't think Barbie is an Oscar-worthy movie.
No, I don't.
I don't think
it was entertaining.
I think maybe Ryan Gosling's performance is some sort of award worthy, but I don't think Oscar worthy. I don't think the woman who was nominated, what is it, Ferreira? I can't remember her first name. I don't think she really deserved an Oscar nomination. I don't think Margot Robbie deserves. For one thing, for the movie to be named Barbie, she sure isn't in a lot of it. Is one of my first thoughts. I didn't think it was a terrible movie, but I don't think that movie deserved an Oscar nomination in any way, shape, or form. I'm not going to attack it, and I'm not going to attack people who love it, but let's be real. Just because you love something I love the movie Drive. I don't think it deserves a fucking award. So it is what it is. Like, not a bad movie if you're a woman. If you're a guy, it's kind of, hey, you're going to get pissed on for 2 hours. It is what it is. It's not made for you. Understand that, men. You don't like Barbie? Good. It's not made for you. It's made for the ladies. Just like Dark City is not made for my wife. We've reviewed that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, she inexplicably, she doesn't even give me a reason besides it's weird. Like, I've asked for, like, well, what was too weird that you didn't like? And it's almost like she's got PTSD where she's, no. And I'm like,
it's strange. I don't know.
Like, I don't even think she knows why she hates it so much, but she knows she hates it. She just kind of, like, if I even bring it up, she's like, yeah, I'd rather, no, She also wants to watch that new Mean Girls movie, which is so you guys understand the concept of the new Mean Girls? For anybody who doesn't.
Kids or something like that?
No. You have Mean Girls, and then they said, well, Mean Girls should be a musical. And so now they made the Mean Girls musical. And then they said, well, that musical should be a movie. So now they've made Mean Girls the movie again, but the musical.
What the hell is happening?
Does animated or
What is going
CGI
on?
have no shot at Best Picture? No. Why would they? I haven't seen the sequel to the Spider-Man movie. I do have it purchased. I did like the original. I don't know if it was better than the original, and if it wasn't better than the original, then it doesn't deserve a Oscar nom. Sorry. I think if it's not better than the first one, then it has to be better than the first one, in my opinion, to deserve some sort of nomination.
It's
For
an
which one?
incomplete movie because
Enter the
it's
Spider-Verse.
part one of 2 parts.
Oh, is Across the Spider-Verse a part one?
The second one. The second one's
That's part one.
Interesting. I
Or
haven't
part
seen.
two.
I own
Yeah,
the
it's part
sequel. I
two.
just haven't had time to watch it. I really liked the
It's-
first
it's
one,
good.
Into the Spider-Verse. I
The
enjoyed it.
sequel's good too.
I saw the first one. I didn't see the second one yet.
Yeah, the sequel's really good. It's just
Yeah.
it's not a finished movie.
I like the first one.
Part
Yeah.
one.
So
I
that
hate
there's still,
that,
so there's a
dude.
third one coming out. But this was a sequel to that. Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
speaking of unfinished movies, did you hear what's going on with Mission Impossible? So I
No.
have not seen the new Mission Impossible, and it's coming out to Paramount soon, and I'm looking forward to watching it. But it was always Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. The Paramount release gets rid of that Part 1. But the strange thing is, it is clearly still a Part 1 movie, because apparently when the movie ends, it says end of Act 1 or Part 1. So what is going on with that? Are they going to end up not making a sequel, or are they just dropping it for marketing purposes? Because maybe you just talked about, people are like, Part 1, an incomplete fucking movie. It's going to be 4 years till I see the next one. Like, Tom Cruise
don't
is
think they would
78
stop
years old
Mission.
by that one gets made.
And he's still gonna have better hair than all of us.
Better abs too. I'm convinced he has ab implants. Dude, have you ever seen his weird, like, don't get me wrong, Tom Cruise is in better shape than I'll ever be in, but the dude has a weird, like, chest and abdomen combo.
Because he's an
Where-
alien.
Well, it looks less like a real human's body and more like when somebody wears one of those, like, fake ab, suit bodies.
You hold it on your body tight enough, and then when you release it, it still holds the shape for a
Yeah,
little while.
he's bicycle pumping in the back with it. He's like, I gotta get these abs up, baby. We got a shot to make. I gotta jump off a building, parachute into the butthole of an earth sandworm, and it's like, all right, Tom, there's no such thing as earth sandworms. Can we build one, Tom?
Sean was asking if Giovanni or I saw the Spider-Verse at one. I guess that's what it is, but no, I haven't seen it yet. Giovanni has.
We've all seen the first one, and
Yes.
Alex and I have
seen
not
part
seen
one
the
of second
sequel.
one.
Yeah,
Right.
Giovanni has seen both of them. But I have played the Spider-Man game, baby, and Spider-Man 2 didn't win any awards either. Why?
Nope.
Deserve any. Great game.
Did
Great
not.
game. Story was great. Not as good as the first. The first one should have taken every award you could have gotten, and I think it might have. This one,
I
a little
think it did
different
too,
story.
yeah.
It was great. Into the Spider-Verse was not listed as a part 1, and I was pissed it didn't let me know that before.
Ooh.
That's true, it wasn't.
Is Across the Spider-Verse the sequel, or is it Into the Spider-Verse? I can never keep them.
So the first one that came out was
Into-
just the first one. The second one that came out, that's a part one.
That's no,
to
but I'm
another
saying,
one.
is the first one Into the Spider-Verse, and then the second is Across, or is it
I
vice
think it's
versa?
into and then across.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I don't know what the third's going to be, but
It's gonna be fucking Into the Spider Guy's dungeon.
No.
interweb verse.
Yeah,
But
you got.
for Mission Impossible, I don't think they'll ever stop making them, even if Tom Cruise is not part of it.
I mean, here's the thing, and it's kind of the same argument I made with Fast and the Furious. It's one of the only franchises that's making AAA explosive action movies. So, although has
But
anybody seen the trailer
it
for?
also makes money.
Yeah, have you seen the trailer for the Monkey King? The
No.
new
That
movie
looks
coming.
amazing.
That looks awesome from
Yes.
Dev Patel. Everybody, if you like action movies, check out The Monkey King. It's a new movie being directed by Dev Patel, and he stars in it as well. It looks awesome. Let's see. Can you guys remember the first movie you saw in theaters?
Yes.
Third is Beyond.
Three Amigos.
Oh, so third is going to be Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
Three Amigos came out in 1986, and I saw that in theaters over at the what's it called? The Davis Theater. for
I don't remember
$1.
the first
My
movie I've ever
first
seen.
movie.
But I got
Oh,
to see 3
fuck.
movies: Slumber Party Massacre 6 or some shit like that, and Three Amigos and another movie.
It's gotta
Hoosiers, I think it
be.
was.
It's gotta be
Wait, when did Hoosiers come out?
Toy Story or something on that order. No, Mortal Kombat. I see. I don't know. It could have been Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it was
No.
Hoosiers.
Wait, was it? There's several of them I'm trying to think through. I don't know what. I can't. I'm going to be honest with you. It's so long ago and I've seen so many. I don't think I could tell you the actual first movie. I remember my early movies were Mortal Kombat, Analyze That, True Lies, double feature with Speed was before those, and that might be my earliest memory of going to the movies. Actually, maybe that. So True Lies, whenever True Lies / Speed came out, they used to do double showings of movies at drive-in theaters. That's where you drive up to the screen, kids, and you'd watch it outside with other people.
And you'd get a speaker and put it on your window, but
Yeah,
they actually updated it to your radio.
Yep, the AM station that nobody fucking broadcasts in, anyways.
720. No, it's
Gorillas in the Mist was Sean. I don't know what that movie is, Sean.
that's the one with Sigourney Weaver
Where she was playing Jane
and the
Goodall?
Gorillas. Yeah, I think that's what it was. But yeah, it's Hoosiers came out in 1986. So did Three Amigos and Slumber Party Massacre 6, I think it was.
Well, see, that was the thing is we didn't go to many movies, but like because of places like Blockbuster and VHS becoming cheaper as we got older, I was able to see so many fucking movies, and that's where my fascination from the 80s came from, because I was born in 89. So theoretically, just technically an 80s baby. Not old enough to know any of the culture, but all of that culture was soaked up for me as I developed in the 90s, and that's why some of my favorite movies are shitty 80s movies. I love Tango and Cash. Can't go wrong with that fucking
Tango
movie.
and Cash and Tango.
Lethal Weapon. Like, I mean, it's just, you know, I love the 80s movies. I still do. Earlier than Thumbelina or Ferngully. Either Thumbelina or Ferngully. Boy, you could really see.
Ferngully.
Okay, so but that's the other thing was the me watching Land Before Time and the Goofy movie. We didn't see those in theaters though; those were VHSs for us. So if we're sticking
Giovanni,
to theaters,
I think you and your brother. I think it might have been Harry Potter, because I remember my dad talked about how he took you guys to see it. And
he did take us, yeah.
And when the Horcrux breaks and it goes through Harry or whatever, it goes to the guy and it hits Harry. Like all of you jumped. He said, and he still talked about it to this day.
I remember.
For me, it might have been E.T. When did that come out? Shit.
E.T. was like 83, 84.
So the E.T. was my first movie, and that was over by Lincoln.
Yeah.
The old Lincoln area, not Lincoln Village, but like the one on Lincoln and
yeah.
Where they had the 3 theaters on one, and then like 9 more on like half a block down.
Yeah,
and they're still owned by the same people.
Well, I remember Giovanni. My dad took Giovanni Lewis and I to go see Phantom, that purple people eater. Remember that shit?
Netflix?
Great, yeah.
My mom wouldn't really go to, like, my dad would take us to the movies all the time because we would go to the Davis, which was a movie that would run. The original Harry Potter came out in like 98, so it's not as late as you think. We would go to the Davis, and it was a second run theater, so movies were 6 weeks and older, and they were $1.50 to go see the movie. Like, the popcorn cost more than the admission at that point.
That's where I got to see my first, like the first 3 movies. It was Hoosiers.
I love the Davis, dude. Yeah. I remember when I was in high school, I think a freshman year is when Bowling for Columbine came out. Or it might have been the one after that. I can't remember. But I went to the theater to see that, and I went with my brother. And walking out, a teacher of mine was like, "What are you doing here?" And I was like, "I'm at a theater. What the fuck do you think I'm doing here?" And I walked out. And he was like one of those, like, "I'm going to change these children" type of teachers. And there's nothing worse than that. And you don't want to change all children. You want to change the ones that aren't threatening to stab you. The lily ones. Let's be fucking real.
Now let's talk about Ferngully. I'm surprised Nikki's not in here singing the song from it.
Robin Williams stole the movie. We are not 20. I gotta be honest with you. I do question the Harry Potter. No, it couldn't have been Harry Potter, because we saw Phantom in the theaters together, and that was 2, 3, 4 years before Harry Potter.
Yeah, that was before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Harry Potter. I think the first Harry Potter was like 98. It's not as late as people think because that franchise is old now, but it was later. Oh, later.
You're
Harry
talking
Potter
about
was
remaking it.
2001. Okay, that is pretty late then. Why did I think 98? The first one feels a lot older to me. I don't know why. Because I'm getting
They
old,
want
I
to
think.
reboot Harry Potter.
Let them. Who fucking
Might be
cares?
Why?
Cinemark was
They're gonna
awesome.
they're gonna be all women. Harry Potter.
Harriet Potter.
Yeah, they're gonna
Hey,
reverse
hey,
all
no,
the
no,
roles.
no. Harriet, what do you think? You think we're going to have white women? No. It ain't going to be white women. We can't allow that. Not one of them wants to get married. Not one of them wants to have children. They're all strong, independent witches that are happy being witch cat ladies. And they don't need no man. They don't need some strong wizard to come be their husband. What's that? No, I'm not riding a broom. I'm not sticking to this stereotype. You want me to put a phallic image between my feminine legs? Have you talked to my union representative? Not up in this area. Hagrid? He ain't some giant fat bearded guy. Nope. 8 foot tall tranny. That's the new Harry Potter. That's the one I want to watch.
He's gonna be a transsexual.
Good with the beast.
I'm gonna
He could tame all the beasts.
No, I can't even. I don't even know if I should say this one. Fuck it. All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna teach you the spell of the tuck. Everybody into the bathroom
What
of
is it?
wonders.
The bat and the goat.
The only one that really knows what's going on is the crazy. What is her name? Crying Myrtle or anything? She's just stuck in the bathroom
Moni Myrtle.
as this freak is just doing weird spells to all the children. Oh, I want to watch that movie.
Oh boy.
I'll take all the whole franchise. Is Snape CGI now. He's replaced with Ted.
In Harry Potter, Moni Myrtle, like, why'd they get a 50-year-old actress to play a child?
It seriously looks like Molly Shannon.
She was younger though. Before that,
She does not look
She
like
looks
it.
bad now. Like in real life, she looks bad. She was also in
She doesn't
Doctor
look
Who.
younger in the movies either.
So Doctor Who, do
Yeah.
you guys care about any of the like? Because it's not a show I watch, so I don't really have any opinion on it. But do you guys give a shit about like the gender swapping, the race bullshit? Like, because there's a lot of
No. I don't
hoopla
give a
about the lady doctor and now the companion's a black dude or something like that. I don't know. Once again, I don't
No,
know.
the doctor's a black dude, black gay dude now.
That race of aliens was always able to swap. Didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. They could go to any gender, anything.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
understand why like people are mad though, because it's kind of like, here's the thing. I don't think people should give a shit, but at least examine it from this premise. Look at it far away. You're telling people who have been watching a franchise since it was in black and white that historically had white, grumpy British men, and now it's like, yeah, the doctor's a gay black man. Like, it's kind of a cliche joke of like, comedians in the 80s would be like, one day, you know, this character will be a gay black man. And it's literally, they're referring to Doctor Who.
They're doing it now because they can actually do it, because the whole thing is the doctor has this strange aura about him that makes men and women fall in love with him. So all his companions, no matter if they were male or female, they all fall in love with him in some form.
Once again,
that's what it is.
I'm going to assume older episodes were very more discreet about it, and then the new school they're butt fucking on camera. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like at some point it's going to get to the point where you don't see nudity, but it's just like a naked twink bending over and the doctor looking into the doorway and closing the door. Like, eventually you're going to get that scene.
The running joke though was that he, as long as he wasn't a ginger, he was okay.
Yeah,
like that was that's the longest running.
I'm guessing that's gone, right? Or are we cool with still hating gingers? I don't know what PC culture is anymore.
I think the closest they got was Matt Smith, I think it was.
You know what happened is the gingers was like, hey, you gotta stop calling us soulless. And then the Irish were like, oh, fuck yeah, we're redheads too, of course, whatever you like. And then the gingers were like, all right, we'll go back into our coals. And they just disappeared. That was it. Because once the Irish pipe up, nobody wants to fuck with the Irish. Like, if the Irish takes on the cause, Where like if there's a comedian on stage and he's just getting heckled because he made an Irish joke, and one Irish, not dude, person stands up and they're just like, oh, shut the fuck up. That's it. Everybody goes on and they laugh and nobody gets offended by anything because that one fucking Irish person will wreck the entire room. It is what it is. Sorry, the Irish are rough sons of bitches, okay? They're nice people, but they
Just
will
ask Conor McGregor.
You could see him in the new Roadhouse in his steroid fucking Lucky Charms leprechaun fucking jacked up thing.
He comes out and then he's like wearing a coat with fucking like.
What
trunks
happened to his neck in the trailer?
You know what he looks like? He looks like fucking Logan's fucking brother, or Logan Paul or whatever.
Jake Paul. They have the same. They go to the same tan salon. But seriously, the trailer looks fucking awesome. But the moment you see him, he's just fucking. And it's like, all right, couldn't you have at least tried to do any other accent? Like, just try to do maybe a pair. Like, instead of maybe controlling his accent, he's just like Connor. His speech coach is like, let me hear what you got. And he's like, come here, Dalton. And he's like, I like what you're doing here. Can you pare it back a little bit? He's like, I got you. Come here, Dalton. And it's like, no.
Can you make it more?
Go back to the other
Lucky Charms like.
Yeah.
Act like, hear me out, Connor. And Connor's like, right. And he's like, children have stolen your Lucky Charms and they've skedaddled up that tree. What are you going to do about it? Now, and he's like, I'm getting angry. And okay, hold that in there. Now, not only have they stolen your Lucky Charms, but you've been drinking proper 12 all night. You've got no inhibitions, Connor.
And they stole your last bottle.
And all you wanted to do, you slammed it down. You went to go grab your bowl full of your Lucky Charms marshmallows.
Your shillelagh.
And these little pieces of shit took them. Are you gonna allow that? Jake Gyllenhaal took your fucking marshmallows. And then there's like, and they just hit record and they take his leash off like in Jet Li's The One. And then Bob Hoskins comes in and he goes, get him. And he's scene. And they got to record everything because they may not get another take that night. That's the beauty of Conor McGregor. He may blow up and ruin everything, including his own life, but it might be a good shot. What else is in the movie news? Oscars happened. Who gives a shit, really?
Did it happen or did they just announce?
No, people won and lost.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I didn't even know they already had it.
Didn't the I'm Just Ken win an Oscar? The song?
Yeah, it did.
It is a pretty solid song. Like, it's not the type of song where I would listen to it on my headphones, but I don't hate it. Be straight up. And I can't put it on my Spotify playlist because I also just realized that those things are public. And I didn't realize that until I noticed, like, this many people follow your playlist. I was like, what the fuck? Like, who's following my playlist?
I gotta take off all the opera.
Oscars are March 10th.
Loud and Proud. Oh, the nominees they did then. Loud and Proud. Yes. I've got Bonnie Tyler on that bitch, Holding Out for a Hero. Not only do I have that, but I've got like metal covers of it and like punk rock covers of it. Like, I don't give a fuck. If you're on my playlist, then you're in for an ADD roller coaster ride, right? We gotta. Basically, it's all right. Here's new metal section coming up. You've got your Rob Zombie, Disturbed, this and this. What's that? Going through Rammstein country. That's right. 3 full albums of Rammstein. And then, it goes all crazy.
So the awards scene that they did do was the Golden Globes with Joe Coy as the host. And people were so offended by him.
Dude, he blamed his joke writers? Like,
what? Well, no, he did say that he only had like 7 days to write fucking jokes for it.
Well, here's the thing. Did anybody watch? Like, what was so offensive? Or was it just a comedian?
I don't know.
He
said something about Taylor Swift and the whole fucking audience fucking shit on him.
My theory is because there's Ricky Gervais is no longer doing those things, then they need to act. Oh, he was so offensive because they think that's going to draw eyes. But Ricky Gervais told them basically, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it anymore."
I love when Ricky Gervais did it. He was
great. He called them all pedophile supporters.
Yeah. He did.
I mean, it is what it is. Damn, you got some tickets to go see Tool? I love Tool. I
Ooh,
just
nice.
wish Maynard Van Keaton, or yeah, whatever the fuck his name, Maynard Van Keaton, whatever his name is.
Maynard
I wish he would stop talking and doing interviews. I liked when he wouldn't do interviews.
on
Also,
stage.
no, well, that's I don't
'Cause it-
on stage. I don't think he goes into like the preachy bullshit. Like I've seen live footage of like performances over the past couple years, and it doesn't seem like he goes like preachy live. He also was I saw a live video where he's like, because you guys have been so nice and haven't recorded us the whole fucking time, everybody get the phones out. And they let the whole audience record Schism if they wanted to, type thing.
Oh, nice.
Don't touch Barbie was the lesson. Also made a Barbie joke. Oh, did he? Dude, have you guys ever seen the footage back in the 90s where a fan storms the stage and he puts the guy in a fucking chokehold essentially and still continues the song? Legitimate badass, dude. Well, RGTM? Rage Against the Machine? They've always been super preachy. They're literally the poster child for...
That's their fucking gimmick, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me, but then it's like, come pay $200 to come see us, but fuck the machine! Buy our merchandise, pay $80 on a hoodie for our merch, but fuck the machine! We've got millions of Spotify listens, we make X amount of dollars per month, but fuck the machine! Fuck Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
It's silliness.
Fuck you, I won't do what you told me.
Like, yeah, it's like it literally they went from the band of rebellion to the band of consume, feed, eat, repeat. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy.
2 years ago, they were at Lollapalooza here in Chicago, and everybody commented saying, oh, they're so preachy. They should stick to their fucking, their job instead of that. Like, are you new to fucking Rage Against the Machine?
I will say that
is what they did.
Yeah, if I go to a Rage Against the Machine show and you don't have any right to bitch about them being preachy because that's the Rage Against the Machine show,
that's
right?
Always been them.
Like if you go to a Metallica show and they're like, "Yeah, fuck Trump, man," I'm like, play Blackened. Play Orion, you fucks. Like I'm at that point. I'm like, if you're over here telling, honestly, it could go either way. You could be over here like, man, Biden's the worst president ever. And even if I agree with you, I'm still just like, play one. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Just play what I want to hear.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie doesn't play that shit. Rob Zombie just plays good music and he looks like he has fun on stage. Like during the show, he's like, we're having a good fucking time, everybody, aren't we? And he's like jumping around on stage like a fucking monkey half the show. If you've never seen Rob Zombie live, he's always doing like these 70s dances with his bell bottoms. He's a weird fucking dude, but it's an awesome show. They nearly talked more than they played. Oh, God. Why? I thought that stuff was done when Bush got out of power. Like the days of fucking, are you seriously sending us texts in the middle of the podcast?
It's all right. If you could find a way to share it with everybody, that'd be nice.
That is true. I mean, here's the thing. People, Metallica is nothing but old rich dudes. Like, stop acting like any of these. Like, you want a real thrash band that isn't, because Metallica's wealthy. They're not rich, they're wealthy. Go listen to Anthrax if you want a band that isn't wealthy but still is a thrash band. Go listen to Testament if you want to listen to a band.
Testament.
You know what I mean? Like if you want a thrash band, hell, go listen to Slayer. Those gentlemen they've got money, but they're not wealthy. Metallica is a machine. They're a fucking system of money generation. So like that's the difference. Is same thing with Megadeth. Megadeth didn't even. I mean.
Sean, I'll post it in the general for Discord.
They joined the bracket of Kiss, if you will. Kiss.
Well, see,
that too. That
was what concerned me about Slipknot. Is when you start hearing their statements after they fired the drummer, and even Corey Taylor is just like, I hope that I'm in Slipknot until I want to leave, and then it all starts sounding much more like a corporation and less about being a band. Best 2023 movie that we watched.
That actually released in 2023? Shit.
Are you talking about one that we reviewed or any movie that came out in 2023? That's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know, man.
If it's a movie that came out in 2023, Oppenheimer would probably be mine.
See, I liked Oppenheimer. I don't know if it would be my greatest movie, but I'm trying to remember what came out in 20. What good movies came out in 2023 in general? Any movie that came out in 2023.
Very good question.
None of the Marvel stuff. I liked Extraction 2, but I wouldn't say it's the greatest movie of 20 that I've watched of 2023.
Knock
at
at the cabin.
No,
fuck?
I didn't hate.
No.
I didn't hate that movie, but no, definitely not the best of 2023. What was your pick, Sean? What was anybody's pick for their favorite movie that came out in 2023?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think now. Fuck, that's a hard one.
Just going through this list I'm looking at so far, The Creator is the only thing that pops out.
Yeah, I guess I should look up what came out in 2023, huh?
I will tell you one of my most anticipated movies is Napoleon. I really want to see that.
That one looks interesting, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
A lot of people would say Saltburn, because that is a very popular movie right now.
Yeah, I keep hearing about that. I want to check it out.
Barbie.
Oh, The Creator came out in 2023.
Yeah,
Hey, dude.
Shit.
I just
Yeah,
said it.
that wasn't a brand new movie. That I had seen that had released. Sean even had recommended it at one point in one of the episodes. And I had wanted to watch it as well.
One that I do want to see is ISS, which is the space station when Russia supposedly attacks a U.S. and Russia go to war, and the guys up there are fucking like don't know what to fucking do.
You know, what movie I am looking forward to hit streaming somewhere is that Silent Night.
That would be cool, yeah.
I want to watch
When is
that
that
movie.
supposed to?
It's supposed to hit digital soon for purchase. The Killer was also a pretty good movie.
That's true. There was.
What was that one?
The
Killer?
Killer with Michael Fassbender. The David Fincher movie.
Okay.
Dude, so I watched like the first 20 minutes of Equalizer 3. The movie is really boring. It's half in Italian and it's overly violent. And I know it's me saying that, but
Oh, that sucks. Really? Because I watched 1 and 2 recently, and I wanted to watch 3.
dude, check it out, but you're going to be disappointed. Like it's basically they're like, "No, we need to keep up with John Wick."
The Flash, guys. That's got to be the best movie for 2023.
Renfield was pretty good.
Oh yeah, Renfield was pretty good.
2023. So I don't want to just judge. The problem is they're not just giving me a full list of movies that came out in 2023. They're like separating them between action. All right, new 2023 movies. I hear the Ferrari movie was pretty good, but I have yet to watch it.
That one is good.
Is it good stuff? I want to see it.
Yeah, I do like it, and it's what I like about it is it's really dives into like the history, the tribulations with Ferrari rather than just the vehicle. Because I hate when car movies come out and it's just fucking cars, and you're like, where's the story?
Okay, so I think I just found a movie that I have to go buy this weekend and watch just by the description. I haven't watched a trailer yet, but it's called Mayhem. Listen to this description. It sounds like every bad martial arts movie I watch. A martial artist and ex-con starts a new life in Thailand to escape from a local gang lord. But when a family member is kidnapped, he gets sucked back into the underworld he'd left behind. Dude, I gotta check that movie out. I'm already fucking half cocked for that one. But watch, I'm gonna watch a trailer and it's gonna look like pure low budget shit. And I'm like, fuck that movie. I don't know, man. It feels like 2023 fucking fell kind of flat from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot to do.
Yeah, I'm like 163 movies in, and the only thing I see is Renfield and The Creator.
Fuck, dude. This is pretty. Wonka was good. You know how I feel about Wonka. How I feel about Wonka, Fabian. I'm kind of a purist on that one, but I will watch it when I see it streaming.
Didn't Dungeons and Dragons come out in 2023?
Yes.
Did
Honor Among
Dune?
Thieves?
Honor Among Thieves.
I did like that movie quite a bit. Jen and I enjoyed that quite a bit.
I thought Dune was 2022.
It might have been. I don't know. Yeah, it probably was,
Yeah, I thought
wasn't it?
June was 2022.
Dude, I'm getting old. Every month blends in together. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna
I
say,
hear that.
Sound of Freedom was my movie for 2023. For no political agenda. Was your 2023 movie Spider-Man, Sean?
Oh wow, that was 2021 for June.
Rusty would say John Wick 4, but he'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Super Mario, that did come out. That was a good movie.
Oh, yep, Super Mario. That was a big one.
So that's 4 for the top.
So there is a movie I just noticed on Hulu called The Passenger, starring a couple actors I recognize, but I don't know their names exactly. That looks pretty good. I
like
gotta
a-
check that movie out. Guardians
like
of the
an
Galaxy
action?
3 was good. Yeah, it's like a thriller. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. That's a 2023 confirmed. What about Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, y'all?
I liked it. I don't think it was the best one though.
I do. The original trilogy is where it's at. Like the new ones are just
Yeah,
kind of whatever.
That's-
What about Freelance? Which, by the way, this movie's been horribly reviewed, starring John Cena. Boy, he's been on a
Oppenheimer,
real stinker
Spider-Verse,
fucking thing.
And what was the last one? Pooh?
I don't know, dude. I got a little emoji.
Oh,
in
Poor
front of me.
Things. I don't know what Poor Things is, Sean.
What the fuck is Poor Things?
Let's
that,
look it up.
I ain't looking it up.
a
You look it
that
up.
2023 movie?
I'm still. Alex has his movie of the year, Mr. Monk's Last Case.
I haven't watched it yet. Nope. It's not my choice. Haven't watched it yet.
Evil Dead Rise came out in 2023, apparently.
Yeah, that was not a good movie.
Oh, okay.
I didn't love it. Killer's Close. Poor. What is Poor Things,
Oh,
Sean? I don't know that movie.
we missed Still, a Michael J. Fox movie.
Probably a documentary, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's like fucking. What about Cocaine Bear? Anybody?
Nope.
Voyage of the Demeter. Ant-Man, number 3.
Ugh.
I did enjoy Extraction too, man. It's a pretty solid fucking action movie. We're gonna
Another one I want to find is Sympathy for the Devil with Cage.
Rage Cage.
Rage Cage.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. What about The Pope's Exorcist?
Dude, that movie is. Have you seen it?
No.
I want to watch it. It
Holy
just looks
shit.
terrible. Don't forget
It
Good Burger
is.
2.
Good Burger 2. Yeah.
God, dude, 2023 was really a stinker of a fucking year. Guys, I'm reading all of the ones that sound remotely interesting. Like I'm not not trying to pick, but
I'm 336 in, and I still don't see.
Creed 3? That came out in 2023?
Yeah.
Fool's Paradise is something I want to watch. It's directed by Charlie Kelly. I actually do want to watch that movie. I just haven't had the time to yet. Hey, how come John Krasinski isn't in more movies? I did watch
Did we
Reacher
watch The
1.
Collective?
Who's in that one?
A young recruit in a mysterious agency of assassins finds himself on a rogue first mission, tracking down a dangerous group of human traffickers.
We did not. What about Bert Kreischer's The Machine?
Oh, that movie's fucking horrible.
Is it? I haven't watched it. I was hoping it at least had some sort of funny in it.
No, it's not.
Peter
fun.
Pan
It's
and
not
Wendy.
fun. Oh,
There was a re-release of White Man Can't Jump,
Didn't
like
we get
a new movie.
It was a
two
TV
Peter
show,
Pan
I think.
movies this year? Yeah, it's a TV show.
I don't know. We got one. What about Pet
I thought we got
Sematary
two Peter Pan
Bloodlines?
movies.
I don't know, dude. 2023 had a lot of fucking garbage in it. Holy shit.
Yeah, a lot of it wasn't good.
I'm in the 400s. I'm done fucking going through. I'm in the 400s. If nothing stood out that much.
Honestly, if we're talking pure quality, it's got to be Oppenheimer for me. I haven't seen Killers of the Flower Moon. It may be Killers of the Flower Moon. I just haven't seen it. But for what I've seen, for me, Oppenheimer is probably the best quality movie on there. If you do like Western kind of old school movies, Sean, check out The Old Way on Hulu as well, starring Nicolas Cage. Not a bad Westerner. I haven't watched whatever that Travolta movie is yet, though. Those movies I don't make Jen watch at all. I don't even ask. Those are I watch in secret, like a little piggy, because I know they're probably not going to be good, but I may enjoy them because that's the type of person I am.
Yeah, VHS movie came out in 2023 as well.
Definitely not
VHS
the best
85.
movie. VHS compared to Oppenheimer, no, it just ain't happening.
No. for VHS though, I thought it was better than the previous for sure.
Agreed. The
You
old,
said he
you started the
that,
old way.
but he hasn't finished it.
I
Okay.
liked it. It was pretty decent. It was, it's Nicolas Cage kind of playing more of a, kind of how he is in real life, more of a sovereign sort of. Basically, he's an old school Wild West killer, and he eventually settles down, and then his past comes up with him, and they end up killing his wife, and he's got a daughter. And so, like, it's kind of their journey on his, like, search for revenge while he has a daughter that he's, like, semi-raising. You know, it's a Wild fucking West, and he's a guy. He didn't know shit about it. I enjoyed Creator. I just find it funny that the creator being named the creator wasn't all that original of a movie. Enjoyed it, but very heavily influenced by the sci-fi movies before it. Great movie, though. I think I would love for Gareth Edwards to either get a Terminator movie, a RoboCop movie. Like, if you want to do remakes, give them to guys like that who can do a good fucking remake. Not only give it to them, but don't handcuff them. Don't tell them it needs to be PG-13. Don't tell them that 1 out of every 3 roles needs to be a black midget female. Tell them, hey, write the fucking story. You're clearly good at that. Do what you do, and then we'll give you some editorials that we can work with. But you handle the bulk of the work, and we trust you. Because a guy like Gareth is going to handle it. I mean, look at the creator. Look at how he revitalized Godzilla. I do feel there wasn't enough Godzilla in Godzilla, but that's besides the point. He knows how to do a movie on a mass scale. He knows how to do small scale scenes. And I think he's got the sci-fi eye. His director of cinematography is great. The CGI company he works with is immaculate. So I honestly think you can start giving guys like him, some leeway.
Did you ever see how the internet portrays Godzilla's legs?
Yeah.
And, so there's a couple where he's got stumpy legs, and there's another one where there's like a mountain just where he's at, and he's standing on it. There's another one where he's got fucking long ass legs.
Here's the thing: I understand why that movie brings Godzilla in so slowly, because by the time you see him, and when he does come in, I believe it's where he's attacking one of the other creatures, and when he comes into full force, it is one of those like, holy fuck moments in the movie. So I understand the build up, but what you need, there's the build up, and we've had the kaboom. Now have him more in the movie entirely. Like, that's where I think the mistake with that movie is when they first showed him, that was amazing, and then you should have kept that. Like, look at Pacific Rim.
Okay.
Oh,
Pacific Rim's sort of concept of like, once you see them square up, it doesn't stop. It's constant battle the rest of the movie. Then you have some talk because they get fucking obliterated. They got to regroup and go back in. But that scene in, what is it, China or wherever it is, in Pacific Rim, where the kaiju is fighting one of the mechs. I mean, dude, that's just, it's such an awesome fucking scene. Creed 3 was really good.
Fighting Gypsy Danger.
I don't know how I feel about Creed, the franchise.
I haven't watched any of the Creeds.
I've never seen them either, and there has been, apparently Stallone is saying they've stolen the franchise away from him.
Yeah.
That's what I heard too. You could tell though they're clearly trying to recreate those movies, and then I feel like they're not doing a very good job.
I believe he co-wrote and directed the first one. Didn't direct the second one, but I think was in it and produced it. And he apparently said that they've removed him from the franchise. Doesn't have a single role on it anymore, whether it be character or whatever. I think they killed off Rocky. And he's just not involved. And though his wording is they've stolen the franchise from him. So I haven't seen him.
The Stallone documentary is really good too.
I watched, you know what else? Stallone is actually on a pretty hot streak. I really liked King of Tucson. You have Paramount Plus.
That's the show, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Like, I went into it thinking this is going to be some cheese fest. It's going to be fucking stupid. And they do a really good mix of the comedy compared to the seriousness. Like, when I started watching it, my concern was the comedy just wasn't going to be there. And it was going to be or the comedy was going to overtake the seriousness, and it was going to be in the realm of more stupid than funny and shit like that. And it turned out really good. Like, I really enjoyed that show. I got really pulled into it. You're muted.
Still muted.
You're muted.
Oh, he's not talking to us. He's talking to himself.
He's still muted, technically. We're correct. We're correct.
Yes, you were correct, but I was talking to somebody.
We were still correct. Hey, man, you sending text during the podcast. You're fucking having fucking conversations. What's the deal, man?
Hey, I got a call and I had to take it.
You're
It was my
pulling
family.
bullshit on our bullshit episode. You like what I did there? I like my little graphic for the bull. I mean, here's the thing. These episodes are fun because, like, we kind of get to fully explore our ADD because we don't have anything really planned usually. That's why we call them. And we're gonna when we do a bullshit episode from now on, we're gonna tell you. And this is officially bullshit episode 1, and we're just gonna do bullshit 2, 3, 4 when those go
For
on.
the thumbnail, you should just constantly add like PNGs of just different piles of shit. And just have them take over the screen as an episode comes out.
Emojis. Instead of the hot dog reviews little animation, it's just a turd. It's
you gotta use that.
Somebody's ass fucking photoshopped over an ice cream machine.
You got to use that sound bite of that little kid going, "A bullshit,
A bullshit."
I saw a video again that I saw a long time ago, but it's still a classic. And they're at like either like a community baseball park or just like a park or recreational area. And this kid, for some reason, is like trying to bully this guy. And the guy is like, for the first little bit of it, like, ooh, and he's like just kind of trolling the kid. And then the kid decides to start throwing his little kid blows. And the guy goes, like, he throws a couple of them, and the guy's like, ooh, that hurt. And the kid's like all fully steamed up and pissed off at this point. And then the dude's finally had enough. So the kid finally throws one last one, and he's like, okay. And he takes the kid and just like pushes him like almost like McFly's father in Back to the Future when he just pushes the guy on the ground by his face. He takes this kid and he just, what? And the kid falls on the ground and immediately starts crying. And it's like, you know what? Fuck you, kid. Fuck you. Like, you deserve that, is what is this kid. No. You got it reversed, Sean. See, Cat Williams was beat up by a kid. That's the difference.
That's true. So true.
I love Cat Williams, but it's on video of him getting knocked the fuck out by a 16-year-old. There's really not much I could say. It is what it is. But it is kind of funny. Every time you see those videos, like, there's not a single real video out there of anybody proving that he's wrong. Like, none. Mm-hmm. Like, there's not one video of one person going, here's where you're wrong, Cat. But there are endless amounts of videos of people taking what he says and then splicing together video and audio proof. Which,
proving it.
Say what you will, that's got to say something, right? Like, that's got to speak something to what he's saying, at least a little bit. Which is interesting to me.
All his examples landed. All of them landed.
I mean, sure, was he mean about it? You know, specifically saying things like, it's part of the deal that you get a light-skinned wife with a weird, funny face that doesn't do interviews.
Weird, funny face.
And then he's like, when he says he's talking about what he says doesn't apply to one person, it applies to 7. And then you see the YouTube video that as the audios of him saying that is going, it's a square box with 7 black actors with 7 light-skinned wives. And it's just like, holy shit, bro. Like, that's the craziness of what Cat Williams did, is nobody's really fact-checked him besides Ice Cube, who was like, he didn't write all his lines. That's all he had to argue about. The only thing he said negative was like, nah, man, those lines were written. He helped beef them up, which I would buy. I'd believe that. But
he's a comedian. Like, that's
you
his
have
job.
Take
shit, flip it, and make it funny. Like,
well, that's the other thing, is then people are like, oh, it's no coincidence that he did this interview and now his tour is selling out everywhere. And it's like, oh, wait a second. You're mad at him for being a master marketer? And let me say this. Just because he said it maybe to promote things doesn't mean it's not true.
Doesn't mean it's not true, yeah.
He could be
Yeah, that's
he
true.
could be speaking truth to power because the eyes are on him. And now that, I mean, hey, it ain't just him he's helping. Shannon Sharp had the most views on any single episode he ever had. Millions.
Yep.
So let's
Shit,
stop
even the
acting.
squirrels were fucking watching it. There's a guy that built a fucking house outside his house for a squirrel, and he put a fucking little TV and he put Cat Williams' fucking interview on there, and the squirrel's in there fucking watching it. You see him just staring at it. It's fucking hilarious.
That guy needs to be committed. I'm sorry, but if your goal in life is to build the wild squirrels that roam around your property its own home to the point where you put in a little TV so they can watch Cat Williams, I think you need to maybe get some checking up on your old mental well-being.
It's
Holy
fucking hilarious.
shit.
So if you ever,
How many red flags does somebody need? Hey, Peter's out in the front again, whittling his little squirrel house thing. Every neighbor on that block is just Sunday morning going.
No, the funny thing about it too is it's a black dude who's doing that. He's over there drilling fucking holes, putting things in. He's putting lights in.
So you're right. This is how the reaction changes because it's even if it's a black neighborhood. You ready?
Yeah.
This motherfucker. White people. Black people. What the fuck you doing? This motherfucker's building a birdhouse. Once again, white people. I think he's building a birdhouse. Black people. You building a fucking birdhouse? Difference. I live in a black neighborhood. It's different. Nobody stays quiet. I love that about the black communities. They got a fucking, especially if you happen to be part of the pale persuasion, they don't let anything stay. I'll tell you right now, I went into the hospital this year. My neighbors didn't know that. Why? Because I didn't go in an ambulance. I got my fat ass in my car and I drove over to the ER. I will tell you how observant and nice they are, though, because, getting home from the hospital and going into the house, I must have looked like I was, beaten by a gang of the warriors. I'm like limping. I'm on my, I've fucking got holes in my chest. And it took me a couple weeks before I left the cave, basically. And they were like, "You're looking great. You're looking so much better." Like they were, it's like, "Hey man, thanks. Can't lift this arm to say hi to you yet, but because I'm at this point, I'm holding. So I'm like, "Oh hey, how's it going, neighbors?" This
They were
arm,
probably like, "Hey, what happened to that? What happened to the big guy that usually gets the mail? Where's he at?" And your family told him he's in the hospital right now. They didn't tell you that part though.
Well, probably because we are we are good neighbors. We're good neighbors, but the problem is we moved in this neighborhood. And our neighbors right next to us, we parked it like in front of their house. And literally the same day, like we were fully moved in, they were like, "Can you not park in front of my house?" So it's kind of like, "You're on the list." And it's like, you fucked up. I'm a good neighbor. You know how you know I'm a good neighbor? I got elderly neighbors just the other side of me. I plowed their shit when it was snowing with my snowplow. Because I'm a good fucking neighbor. Just don't fuck with me. Don't be a dick to me. Like you could have been like, "Hey man, there's limited parking," and there's not. I live in the fucking kind of the hood, kind of the suburbs. Plenty of fucking parking. The north side where you live, I can understand getting into a goddamn knife fight over a parking spot. I really could.
I've never had to, since I've been here, I've never had to worry about parking.
What are you talking about? You just told us, your shit's
I
always
worry about getting my car hit. But
what about that construction
spots,
crew? What about the cones?
Yeah, oh yeah, they did that. Yeah, them dumb motherfuckers. Come to find out, they're doing fucking fire restoration across the street.
I thought you were gonna say Chicago Fire was filming. I was like, well,
No.
okay, then you could film it out the side of your fucking window.
So it was a funny thing that says you did the "You're on the List" thing, Chris Jericho. He's going to be in Terrifier 3 again. He was in Terrifier 2 at a small little part. Some guy in the hospital. He was like the doctor or whatever. He's going to be in Terrifier 3, and it's going to be a short fucking role too.
I'm looking forward to Terrifier 3. That will be on our Christmas review list. I'm gonna if it's not like a theater exclusive, like if they release it digital at the same time, I'll buy it just so we can review it for Christmas time. Oh,
Nice.
By the way, if you guys are familiar with our content, what I assume most of you are, the Nelms brothers, I did an interview with at one point. They're the directors of the Santa Claus movie Fat Man. They have a new movie coming out. I can't remember the name at this point, but we might be getting another interview with them, talking to them about the newest movie. So I was communicating with them on Twitter a little bit, and I was like, hey man, looking forward to reviewing the film. Like, let me know if you want to, do it, hang out again to promote it. And he's like, we'd love to come back on. So be trying to schedule that.
Watch them all have their G.I. Joes put up behind them when they talk to you. That'd be funny if they did that.
They were pretty cool, man. That was, of course, I'm nervous because, like, I don't talk to fucking celebrities, and like, I know they're not, celebrities, but they're still higher in the fucking food chain than I'll ever be.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll get a walk-on role. Maybe they'll be filming in Chicago.
Maybe you could have them to look at your her video, and
dude, I'm not even joking. At one point, it did cross my mind to be like send them a link to it, but that seems so douchey. Is it douchey?
Well, you could talk to them offline and then go into it, and then you know what I mean. Don't do it. Don't do it as part of your interview.
Right, just all up in the interview, be like, "Hey guys, by the way, I want to go ahead and click on this window here for me." Yeah, that would be a bit awkward. I think both for the viewer and me. I'll tell you right now, if they don't comment on how good I look, I am going to be pissed. I've been working hard. It sucks. It's actually not that bad, but my body's all fucked up. As far as like going back to the gym requires more calories, and I fast all day, and so like I eat dinner and I can't just have the one meal anymore, because by like 9 at night my body's like, no, you need more, bro. You've had 1,500 calories today and you fucking train pretty hard. Get something in your system now. And so that's my current struggle, is undernutrition. So protein shakes, more better for you foods, boiled eggs, shit like that. I love a good hard boiled. You guys like eggs?
Yes, I do.
Dude, last night I went upstairs. I was fucking hungry. 4 eggs and cheese. Oh. Actually, no, that's not true. I had some sliced chicken cold cut meat through in there as well. So I got protein from that too. Almonds. Almonds are cool. I just get tired of nuts after a while. Like, there's only like you can only eat
in your face, yeah.
I mean, gotta make money somehow. Try my other page, Only Fat Fucks. That would be a good website, wouldn't it? OnlyFatFucks.com.
Only balls.
You know what you're getting from the web address. If you type in OnlyFatFucks.com, you better not be looking for skinny sons of bitches. You better be looking for some big old motherfuckers. You can get somebody that looks like me on the cover. Join Only Fat Fucks today to pair yourself with one of these wonderful fat fucks. And it's just, this is Matt. He's a fat fuck. God, that would be wonderful.
Swipe right.
But the problem is that you would only have men. Like, no woman is going to sign up for a website called Only Fat Fucks. You know what I mean? Like, it would just be dudes signed up with nobody browsing their pages. Because, I mean, come on.
What would it be called?
String Cheese is amazing. What would what be called?
That's what it would be.
I mean, if OnlyFatFucks.com only thinks about food. Half of the channels are eating.
For the women.
Yeah.
Oh.
What would the women website be called? String Cheese is amazing.
You got to be sensitive with the women. It's got to be like plus-sized, robust, voluptuous, those words. Like, you can't be like fat fucking women. Like, that's not going to work. It's got to be like voluptuouswomen.net/org or something.
I'm so happy Giovanni caught it too the way I did. So.
Yeah.
Hey man, you know what?
Give us a name for a female dating website. StringcheeseIsamazing.com.
I'm going to tell you right now. If I see a website titled stringcheeseissogood.com, somebody's getting fucking sued. It was here first. I'm fucking suing whoever buys the domain. I'm suing you for intellectual property theft. And then Sean's going to sue me because he typed it in. String cheese and love.
Check to see if somebody owns it. Just buy it tomorrow.
Oh, fuck.
I can get it for $1 a year because nobody needs the stringcheeseandlove.com. I'll tell you right now, though, if I did get that domain for a year, that's what I would make my website on. Like, you would go to, you'd want to look up Nerditude Gaming, and you'd have to type in stringcheeseslove.com. Fucking what the fuck? And then I would buy other cheap domains that mean nothing. Like, why do rats smell? Nobody's ever going to look that up. But when you Google the smell of a rat, whydoratsmell.com is going to show up, and it's going to be Nerditude's stream.
Do you remember those old commercials? Why do cats bark? Or why do cats meow? Why do dogs bark? Who's asking? It was shit like that. And they would ask like weird questions that people wanted to know the answers to.
Yeah.
I saw this one day. Go ahead.
What?
They would present them like infomercials.
Yeah.
Like literally just like that. Yeah.
Do you know those videos where they're always like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" to people on the street?
Yeah.
I saw this one today where I guess you don't see where it started, but apparently he must have been like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" And the question was like, "What pisses you off about men the most?" And this woman's like, "Oh, just trying to get down to the block so I can go take a piss, and somebody's asking me what bothers me about men." And she like walks away from him. Like, burn! Just wait. UTA Vet is gone and String Cheese is Love on Twitch. Get it while it's still there.
His new handle, yeah.
Get it while it's there. Since you're all talking about food, what's your favorite movie snack? Are we sticking within the...
What?
He said happiness. He said happiness.
A happiness?
Happiness, yes. Happiness in my mouth.
Honestly, if we're doing movie night, my wife will make homemade nachos.
I normally don't do anything, but popcorn is like the mainstay for me. It is.
When we would go to the movie theaters and when we were eating like complete shit, we would go to Dollar Tree and buy a bunch of cheap candy and load like her purse in our pocket with it. And like middle of the movie, you'd hear like crinkles opening up, and it's just like, trying to get these goddamn gummy bears open, motherfucker! And you're just hearing plastic rustle.
If we were doing theater, it would be Raisinets for me. I love fucking Raisinets.
Dude, Raisinets. Now, did you ever put Raisinets in the popcorn? Because I've never done that.
I tried it. I didn't like it.
I feel like the textures would just be too different.
Not only that, then you gotta fucking have more napkins, and it's dark, and you don't know what the fuck's going on.
It looks like by the end of the movie, it looks like you shit yourself and wiped it on your hand.
We did do it in the house when Blockbuster was selling them in the like in house. So for when you take your movies home, we did it then just to see how it was. We did the crunch. We did the crunch bites. Whatever it was.
I stole so much candy from Blockbuster. No, that's not true. I stole a little bit of candy. What I would do,
you stole more drinks
all the time, and then one of the things I would do later on, and this is I think before like after your power regime when I was just pissed off all the time because my hours were getting cut, and Fabian was working with us, and Fabian was getting mass amounts of hours because the woman that was our boss wanted to fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
And my hours were getting slashed to single digits throughout the week. And so I was getting pissed off. So I realized where the camera couldn't see, and my fat ass on the night shift would go ahead and steal an ice cream and just eat it off camera or in the back room. Because I was by the time I left that company, it was really, I know Alex is kind of the same, even though you were under worse circumstances. I fucking hated it. It was terrible because like when I started, I loved it. I loved working with my friends, and I liked working at Blockbuster. And by the time I left, I was just so miserable and wanted to get the fuck out. They were free for you because, once again, Kathleen wanted to fuck you. So hours, products, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
She was an old white woman. She was like 4'8", tiny little fucking
I started
dwarf.
in 2003, and I loved it. And then I ended up getting let go in 2011, just before my kid was born. They released me that December, and my kid was born like 2 weeks later or something like that.
Yeah, that was sad because there was a moment where when we were working at Western and Roscoe where it was just wonderful. And then our boss really started his thievery and just kind of sabotaging of the store.
And that's the reason why I was let go, is because of our boss, not because of me. And that pissed me off even more. But my rebuttal to that was I had a bunch of stuff that was out on like movie passes, and I canceled all the movie passes. And then I called up my friend that was working that day, and I made them change all the names on the accounts so it didn't have my name on it and addresses. So I kept everything that was on those movie passes, and the credit cards are wiped out.
So we got snow caps for Jen. Flintstone
Uh-huh.
Pop? A Flintstone
I
Push
never.
Pop
What's a
was at the
Flintstone
theater?
Pop?
A Push Pop.
Is it the ice cream push pop?
Yeah, the
Mhm.
Push Pops.
It's
I
usually-
don't
they were
remember
usually
those being
sherbet.
sold at theaters, were they?
Yeah, they did. They had those for ice cream stuff.
Don't get me wrong. My mom was white trash, so she was cool with us eating them because they came out of a fucking toilet paper roll, so she was down.
She could make them herself.
Right? Fuck, no, my mom wasn't crafty enough to learn how to fucking freeze thing in a mold, believe me. I used to love the Push Pop. When I went to the theater as an adult, it was always at the minimum a beverage and maybe a popcorn for Jen and I to share, and we would have candy we bought from the Dollar Tree. When I was a kid, the only time I ever got like a drink or anything was because we were at the Davis and it was like $1. That was the only reason otherwise my dad was like, fuck you don't need them.
Is Crash talking about me?
You robbed him big time, Alex. Yeah, nothing compared to our old boss who would literally, I was with him when he did this. We were
A
both
Rock Band kit.
Oh no, but that was
It was
shady.
Empty.
That's beyond shady, and that was high priced. But
Yeah.
one time we were in Target together and we saw, remember the game End War?
Yep.
It was $13 on clearance, and we both bought a copy. And my plan was to trade it in at Toys R Us because that's when Toys R Us had stupid trade-in values, and I think I was going to get like $30 for it, so it was a win-win for me. He then went to Blockbuster and returned it to Blockbuster as a brand new game. Mind you, we never had a copy we ever sold. There was no Blockbuster receipt, and his $13 investment turned into $60.
Yep, $60.
Jesus.
I remember when I quit, they had a new manager, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel like working there anymore. Twizzlers was perfect for sneaking into theaters. I do love a good Twizzler. They actually make sugar-free Twizzlers that are really fucking good. However, because they're really good and you eat a whole bag, you might have some turbulence in the old tummy.
When we would take the kids, we would get popcorn for them. I would get myself a drink, and then I would just get Raisinets, and that was it. They would eat the popcorn, they would have their drinks, and I would have mine, and that's it.
See, the thing that makes me so sad about not going to the movie theaters anymore, and
is saving all that money.
Well, no, the only part that makes me ever want to go back is like Jen and I's dating life together. And we've been together, it'll be 15 years March 1st. Been married, I think 7 or 2017, I think and there was a lot of dates with her going to the movies, like everything from early on in our relationship when Paranormal Activity, the first one, came out. She had heard me talk about it, like, oh man, it's in select theaters, and like, I don't even know where it would be playing, but I know you don't like horror movies, so like, I'm not even going to ask you to go see it. I'll see it when it comes out to DVD. And we go to the Regal, the City North, and we get there, and it's playing there. It's in the RPX, and we were probably going to see some chick flick. And she's like, do you want to watch it? And I was like, for real? And she's like, yeah, we can see that instead. And I remember that being like one of those like, fuck yeah moments. And like, everything from, she loves Harry Potter, and they would come out on her birthday. And the one year we caught a 1 a.m. showing the day it released and got out of the theater. And by the time we got out of the park, like we lived 5 minutes from the theater. You guys know that. The audience now knows that. Yet it took me an hour and a half to get home to even get out of that parking garage. First date with spouse was Coraline. That's actually Jen and I's first date ever. We met downtown at Navy Pier during the winter because Jen's creepy. And we had Chipotle, and then we went and saw Coraline. We've talked about that before, though. Alex has a fun one.
No, that's the first date night movie. That's not in theater. We didn't go see that in a theater.
Well, he said first date movie with spouse. I don't know.
My first actual movie with my wife was Serenity.
Good movie. Had she ever watched the
She
show?
never saw them before that, and she's like, so there's a TV show to this? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh. And she knew everything that she didn't have to worry about what would happen before that to understand what was going on in the movie, which I love that.
I made Jen watch Firefly, and then we did Serenity. Dude, the Mothman Prophecies with Richard Gere, that movie's awesome. I actually really do dig that movie.
I've never watched that.
Best cryptid movies ever made.
I've never watched it.
It's not bad. It's considering it's Richard Gere, it's a pretty solid kind of thriller horror movie.
I don't think there was any reason why. That's just a movie that never crossed my fucking path.
That was one of those ones I watched on one of those, like I have the movie, this before I worked at Blockbuster, I have the movie pass. I need to find something because I'm bored and I got the fucking movie pass. That was what that was. I saw so many movies because of that. Like that movie that Lewis initially recommended, that Ginger Dead Man. How I watched that piece of shit. Lewis doesn't remember it, but him and I watched that together.
Yeah.
Movie's garbage. Gary Busey does the voice of the Gingerbread Man, by the way. It's literally a gingerbread man.
Face is on the cover.
Yeah,
look.
It's Chucky, but instead of a doll, it's a gingerbread man. It's fucking completely ridiculous. I think they even did a sequel. I'm pretty sure they did. Oh, what do you guys looking forward to this year? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say another thing that we talk about is Netflix. $5 billion deal with fucking getting Raw wrestling.
Oh my god!
In 2025.
What's up, KG? And The Rock is on the board of TKO.
And Rock is on the board, and Vince resigned completely from it now. He's never coming back because TKO owns it.
I mean, he got his billions. He doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, he did.
22 years ago today, your first date. Well, congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Hey.
Even though guys don't keep track of these anniversaries, generally speaking.
Sean does.
I don't. I know our first date. I know the first date, but we started talking online, and I thought we didn't start talking online until like early February, but I went back recently and realized that Jen and I were friends on Facebook at like the beginning of January, which means we had been talking for a month or two by the time we even met. You propositioned me. I had to. I think she's asleep right now. Otherwise, she'd be angrily like typing on her phone on how I'm wrong.
You dirty bastard!
You piece of
There's
shit.
people storming the castle next door. Sorry, I had to look and see what the fuck was going on.
Storming the castle.
Yeah. So my wife didn't realize when our youngest daughter was born, that was actually our dating anniversary when we started dating. So in 2003, January 29th, we started dating, and then our kid was born in 2012 on 29th of January.
Naughty.
Which is coming up. Which is coming up this weekend or this Monday. So we're celebrating tomorrow.
Naughty Kool-Aid.
My wife is just making me do shit tomorrow. That's my life.
That makes sense. I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
I got a PC out of it, so I'm not.
I was gonna say.
She dropped a couple times, didn't she?
It could have been worse.
It still works, but she dropped it, right?
Jesus, how do you drop a PC?
Jen said, "I'm not." What is she saying? I'm not to.
Hey, Jen, since I'm on here, I couldn't do the Sam's order earlier. We have to talk about that.
It's your fault.
It's in her fucking shit, right? So like, it made me do authentication. And it's tied to her email and tied to her text message, her phone number, and she was in swim class. And I forgot about it until fucking right now. So it's either we got to go later in the day tomorrow to do it, or we just fucking go Sunday morning. That's the options. Boom.
You kind of got a Wilford Brimley mustache going on right now. It's kind of
dude. I know. Down. Look at this fucking thing.
You got it curling down. How do you curl it down though? Right here at the top.
Oh, dude, that's just how it naturally grows.
You got it curling down.
Like, I need to get rid of these side portions because they're basically Inspector Clouseau going on my
you
fucking
should shave
face.
Everything off and just leave that. See how you look one day. and speak with a fucking like a British or an English accent, like just like a real thick like.
I'm the fat Peaky Blinders brother, where I'm just like Peaky fucking Blinders. And I'm just in the corner. Like, basically, if you've ever seen Peaky Blinders, you've got Arthur, right? And Arthur comes in and he's just like, boy, on the Peaky Blinders. And I'm just in the corner, just not saying a word, mind you. Just eventually, if I let it grow long enough, it'll be like Dr. Robotnik up in here. Oh, yeah, I definitely got to trim this.
Yeah.
February 16th was our first date. Wife has movie stub from Mothman 12602. How did that paper not disintegrate? Holy shit. The mustache I got to trim it up here a little because it's, every time I eat a sandwich, it's going right in my fucking mouth. but I kind of like the
Oh,
fuller
shit.
look on it myself.
Happy anniversary to that date. It's right now.
Jen said ill no to what?
Oh, your mustache.
Oh, the peaky fucking just sitting in corners of rooms. Imagine me no glasses, just
because you can't really see very well. You're
Yeah. Why is he staring at me like that?
get this
He's
like,
fucking
he's
thing
behind
away
you.
from me!
do that again. It's talk about my milkshake. Your milkshake is my milkshake.
I take your milkshake. I do have actually some skits planned for that we just need to record. And my concept is I want to do like Jen and I skits where no matter what she does, I'm pairing it to like a Daniel Day-Lewis movie scene. So like
Sean said, monocle, please.
he's the Monopoly guy. Billy the Butcher. I can't wait for the boys to return, man. Fuck. I didn't watch the Gen V
The
or
spin-off?
whatever it is. Yeah, I didn't watch that. Was that
It was
good,
animated
anybody?
though, right? Was it animated or was
No,
it
it was
a real?
action.
It was okay.
It was live action. I
Yeah.
didn't have any
watch
interest
either,
in it. I'm kind of I don't know. I'm weird with that. My milkshake brings.
I don't know.
all the
I don't know
boys
if
to
it was
the
bad
yard.
or good, but nobody said nothing bad. I haven't heard no negative about
Yeah,
it.
I haven't heard anything crazy negative on it. That's true. I just I don't know, man. I'm weird with spin-offs. Like, because if they're not good, they tarnish the original product, and then it becomes why the fuck did they make this?
But I think the reason why they did that was because they were trying to target like how Marvel was doing it with the TV shows.
Yeah,
in between, like in
I've-
the off season, which I get it.
I've been vocal about how much I hate that.
But I can. What I'm saying is I can understand why they do it because they want to have something going on in the off season that they're still making money on the same product.
I get it,
I
but
can
that's
see
just
that.
greed. That doesn't make the problem is if it's not a good
But
product, you're just
Marvel's-
being greedy.
Marvel's
Marvel.
issue is they have multiple fucking stories going on at once that you have to try to follow, and that's not how it goes. At least the boys have this one and this one. You know what I mean? And I think they
Yeah.
had the cartoon, so that's
Well,
a little side thing.
Sean, what the fuck is Blackbird? Beyond that, though, I think the first positive thing coming out of Marvel in a long time is them completely scrapping all the work they had done on Daredevil. Kevin Feige came in there, and I think what happened was, this is my impression of Kevin Feige. I'm not even going to do an impression. You know what happened with Kevin Feige when he walked in there and saw the Daredevil they had? It's that Joe Pesci meme where he's like, what the fuck is this? It's that meme. And he was like, this all needs to go. It's done. And they rebooted everything as far as what they were going to do. Things are now going in line with the old TV show. Foggy Nelson is back. The very good-looking redheaded chick is back. Frank Castle, John Barenthal's Punisher is... You know what? Here's the thing. She was okay in Daredevil. True Blood was really where she shined.
Yeah.
All of the original cast that people loved are coming back now, which in the reboot initially, they weren't part of it. Even the guy who played Bullseye in the original show is coming back. So, like, Kevin Feige watched what they had and must have realized, like, this is far too much like She-Hulk. We can't do this. And scrapped everything. And now all of a sudden you're hearing it's going to have a more mature tone. And you can tell that by the fact that Kingpin is the central villain in Echo, and Echo is going for more harder tone, and Daredevil's in Echo. So, like, I appreciate the fact that there has been a course correction. The same thing with Blade. Fucking director's out. Marshall Ali said he's going to leave the fucking thing. Next thing you know, you're hearing it's rated R again. New director's in. Whatever they were done is getting scrapped and rewritten. So, like, maybe Marvel's waking the fuck up. Maybe they're understanding that you can't make products for a singular audience and expect your entire branding of your entire grouping of people to enjoy them. When I say that, you can't make She-Hulk a product not made for men and then expect men to watch it in order to know what the fuck is going on in the universe. Because they're not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch garbage just because you want me to. Sorry. Which means I'm not going to care about your universe anymore. Which means if I watch your movies, they mean nothing to me. It's because there's something to watch. As Jimmy Keene begins a 10-year prison... Did you just copy and paste this from IMDb? Begins a 10-year prison sentence. He gets an incredible offer. If he can elicit a confession for suspected killer Larry Hell, he will be freed completing this mission. Who's in the show? That would be... that doesn't sound bad.
It's a true story.
I gotta see if we still have Apple TV Plus because I thought we canceled it. Jen says we have it. I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, I've had a lot of fun today, guys. I don't know.
I've covered all the stuff that I wanted to talk about, so I accomplished that today.
How do we incorporate this sort of episode while doing a movie review? Which I think we kind of do because of the ADD spirals we go into.
It'll be a bit longer.
Fuck, what is a Paul Walker Hauser?
What? Yeah, what is that?
They clone him? Oh, Aaron Edgerton. Okay, the guy from The Kingsman. Right? Yes. No. It's the guy from Warrior with Tom Hardy. Isn't it? Isn't that the guy? I think it's either the guy from the Kingsman or it's the guy from the Warrior with Tom Hardy. Joel Edgerton is his name, so I think that might be Taron Egerton is Edgerton. I think is the one from the Kingsman. Which the Kingsman's still a badass movie. I haven't watched it in a while. I kind of want to go back and watch it.
I watched the other ones too, like Kingston America or whatever it is, and I like them.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad either. There's a couple Guy Ritchie movies that flew under my radar that have been waiting to come to streaming, which is The Covenant, which I believe is on Prime and Operation Fortune, which was a Guy Ritchie movie that came out this year under the radar with Charlie Hunnam, I think several of the Jason Statham, I think. It's weird because he made several movies this year and nobody seemingly heard of Operation Fortune. I don't know if it was directed.
Theater releases?
I don't know. The Covenant was. I don't think Operation Fortune was. And I don't know if maybe he made that movie a couple years back and they were just like fuck it, release it. But if you look on his IMDb, 2 movies he made that came out this past year, The Covenant and Operation Fortune.
It says 2023.
Operation Fortune looks actually pretty good. It looks like it's kind of in the vein of the Kingsman style, or not Kingsman, the Gentleman style writing. So as soon as I see, like I said, The Covenant is on Prime. I'm waiting for the next one. We talked about a little bit. Speaking of which, coming to Prime Video only, people. Roadhouse, the remake. We've all watched the trailer, right?
Yeah, I have.
I got to be honest with you. It looks like dumb fun. I'm looking forward to it. It looks stupid.
Not if KG doesn't like it. She said that it doesn't seem.
She did say she wanted to watch it, but she does have a fair grievance, and it's like, okay, Jake Gyllenhaal can beat up Conor McGregor. Sure, he can. I understand that. I do. But it does look like a dumb action movie that should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It comes out in March 20th.
Well, I mean, think about it. The old Roadhouse movie, Patrick Swayze could beat up everybody else. Seriously, he was
pretty shredded though in that movie.
I know, but he was still a very small person. You're a lot smaller than
he's like 5'7".
That was the running joke to the whole thing.
Do you think the end of the movie is still going to have the throat rip? It has to, right?
It has to.
It has to.
That's what that's known for.
Yeah.
Like I think Roadhouse. That's the only scene.
Because he was getting his ass kicked, so that's why I can understand Jake Gyllenhaal being the guy, because you're getting your ass kicked, but it just depends on what you know what to do.
To be fair,
to get yourself out of that fucking spot.
Jake Gyllenhaal's incredibly ripped in it too.
Like, he is in fucking good shape, man.
Great
compared to how he looks in every other fucking movie.
Well, he keeps himself. I mean, you got to remember going back to
Jarhead. I think was the most fittest I've seen him before too.
No, dude, Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia.
He was fucking jacked in Prince of Persia.
Are you sure it wasn't CGI?
Well, I mean, no. CGI was Mysterio, right? He didn't have to work out at all for fucking Mysterio and Spider-Man.
He was just the face.
His entire body throughout the whole movie was fucking CGI. Yeah. KG is also not a fan of The Office. I trust nothing she says. That does perturb me about her comments on The Office.
And then Nikki agreed with Fabian's comments.
You're right. When you're right, you're always right. 70% of the time, all the time. What movies you guys got coming out you're looking forward to this year? There's a couple for me. I think I do want to see the new Mission Impossible. I am waiting for that to hit Paramount.
Yeah. Mission Impossible, Dune 2.
Yeah, Dune 2.
I will watch the Wonka movie. I cannot
wanna
wait till
see
that comes to fucking streaming.
So Apple TV has Monarch. Is that have anything to do with the Godzilla movies?
I don't think so. I don't
I
have
don't thi-
Apple TV, but
I don't
I
think
think it's
so.
just a monster.
But there's a show called Monarch that has to do with that all that stuff.
I mean, it might.
So
I don't think
know.
it's in the same universe.
Wait a second. Wait, no. Is it? Hold on. Is that the one with Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell?
I don't know.
If it
I
is,
don't know.
if
Kurt
it is,
Russell's in there.
then that is tied to the universe. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes. If it's
all I know is that Apple TV has a TV show called
Yeah,
Monarch, which
yeah,
I started watching when you had it, and I didn't see it afterwards.
whatever the show that has Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, because Wyatt Russell plays Kurt Russell at a younger age, and Kurt Russell plays himself in the present time. I believe that show,
Also-
whatever that is connected into the monster universe.
Yep.
funny-
Legacy
a
of
funny
Monsters. Yeah.
a funny
it is.
little thing is Kurt Russell was actually a little kid on Gilligan's Island, just so you know.
He did
was
a
a
lot of
surfer
acting. That as a kid, he was in a lot of
But
random
he
shit.
was like a little fucking kid. and-
Lost in Space, I think he was on as well.
oh wow.
Obviously, I've never seen the episode, but I'm pretty in an interview he had talked about him being on Lost in Space before.
Sean said it is Godzilla.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I remember reading about that and being interested because I like Kurt Russell a lot, and I also like Wyatt Russell, so I was like, okay, that sounds kind of interesting.
I'm also interested in the story of Monarch and themselves because it maybe doesn't do so much with Godzilla. It's just like the whole Monarch,
Man, I gotta
I
watch
think
those
it goes
Godzilla
through
movies.
most of the monsters, but I want to watch it.
I want to see -1. I want to see the new one they have, and I get it. Godzilla shouldn't run, and in my opinion, the scene where they show Kong and Godzilla running at the same time did remind me of but it kind of reminded me of Fall Guys, like the kind of way Godzilla was moving, like he was a Fall Guys jelly bean, Like I did,
wiggle.
yeah, with just these little feetsies, I when I watched that, I was like, okay, I kind of see why they're not happy about it, but I still think the movie looks fucking awesome. But just look Godzilla feetsies.
It could be worse. He could do a drop kick like the old fucking Godzilla movies.
That was the best. I own a lot of the old.
Okay,
Godzilla
I'm gonna
movies. I watch them.
I'm gonna say this, right? We're getting another movie with Kong and Godzilla in it. If there isn't a fucking scene where Godzilla's fighting something and then another one comes out of nowhere and it's ripping into Godzilla, if Kong doesn't swing from a fucking tree branch somewhere and roll in and decimate these fucking things, I'm gonna be disappointed. Because if we're allowing Godzilla to run, let this motherfucker swing off of something and barrel roll into some enemies. Come on.
Well, especially now where they are, the center of the earth, like those.
Well, isn't that the whole reason
plants?
Godzilla can run, because of the lack of gravity? Isn't that the
I
whole
think so, yeah,
concept? Like
I think
people
it's
are
a
mad.
lower point of gravity.
Yeah, people are mad, but when you're in the
'Cause
center of the
his
earth,
feet can move a lot faster.
yeah, people were pissed off because they were basically like, "Do you not understand the ramifications of Godzilla running?" And it's like, calm down. We get it.
That's like when Anthony complains about fucking explosions in space. Every time we see a space movie and there's explosions, you can't hear that shit in space. Like, yes, we know, but it's a
Here's
movie.
the thing: you're not a fucking astronaut. What the fuck do you know? Like, I'm not to be a dick, but like, if there's a fucking dude trained in astrophysicist and he's going over there like, this bothers me so much because that's fake. Dude, you've been trained. You're right. But if it's just like an asshole like me who is like, no, I watched Interstellar, but the problem I had with it was just the sound in space. Like, the fuck do I know? Shut
There's
up.
no sound in space.
Like, sure, explosions wouldn't happen. Like, it's a movie, goddammit. Lewis has got a weird thing with that where, like, he's 50-50, where it's like, it's a movie. And then the other side of him, if there's any actual science in a movie, is it's like, no, this should be like a documentary. Like, this isn't real.
Chat is arguing right now about
Oh, God, what do we got? We've got...
KG. Hi,
Okay,
KG.
I see how it is. KG Office is great. It's great, KG. I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're right about a lot of things, but your hate for The Office, you're just pure incorrect for. I'm sorry. I have a movie review podcast. We are a professional podcast.
It says it on the back of your shirt, doesn't it?
Not this one.
Not
This
this one,
is
okay.
just a Nerditude shirt.
Oh,
And I'm telling you, as a professional podcaster for the subject criteria, you're wrong, baby. You're wrong. You're incorrectamundo. All right. I've had a lot of fun now. You guys ready to head out for the evening?
yeah.
All right,
Do
everybody.
we want to give any hot dogs for the show?
I was about to say we're gonna give our hot dog.
Now that
Just
you
for the show?
now that you mention it, here we go. Oh, nothing worked. What happened? It broke.
He forgot to load the damn video.
This is probably the most asshole thing we've ever done by giving our own podcast review. We're 9.5 out of 10 today, people. That's my score for our fucking show today. This is asinine and egotistical, and I want no part of this. 9.5. What is your score, Giovanni?
I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
Oh, that stings, Alex.
I'm gonna go with a 9.3.
KG says bunch of lemmings. KG, maybe you just don't have that great of taste. I mean, we've talked about a lot of movies that KG doesn't like.
You don't have a Foreman grill that's attached to a timer with some bacon laying out.
Here's the thing.
Maybe that's the problem.
Here's the thing. KG does not like a lot of movies that are good, though. Like, she's got a weird skew of what she enjoys. It's not everybody else in this one. It's KG.
Oh, you talk about me and my taste in movies, huh?
Well, you don't have great
or my
taste
reasons
either.
of not watching stuff.
See, here's the thing. Every now and then, you and I align. Like, you're over here like Prayer of the Roller Boys, and I'm over here Terminator, and then at some point it goes Toy Soldiers. Like, there's a certain, there's a balance there that is eventually met. She gave our show a 2.7. Banner!
What?
Get her out!
That's it.
The funny thing is, Jen's not a moderator for the YouTube channel, so, I'm the only one that can theoretically ban somebody. Therefore, invalid. Damn, now she doesn't like this show? See? I'm not going to question your taste for not liking this show.
Actually, I'm a moderator on this channel, too. I can actually remove stuff.
Banner! You and your anti-office behavior. What was KG's best movie of 2023? If she says Barbie, I'm unfriending her. I'm ending it all. Don't say Barbie. For your taste of The Office, I like to think my taste, besides movies I admit that are shit that I like, pretty on point. Damn, Jen's a 2.72. See what you done, KG?
Ow.
You offended everybody. We're all offended.
She's
Matt,
being
is
paid
she
off.
sleeping on the couch tonight?
No, Jen's with me on this one. She's a 2.7 because she likes The Office. Yeah. Like I have the power dynamic of forcing my wife to sleep on the couch. No. This is how this.
So she agrees.
Yeah,
she agrees with you.
This is how this works. Even if I was mad at her, she sleeps in the bed, and I go fuck you, and I sleep on the couch. It's not. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna force her to sleep on the couch. No, thank you. I slept on the couch for 3 months straight because I couldn't sleep in a bed. I'm used to it.
Edward pulled a power move. Fuck you. I'm gonna go sleep on the couch. Matt gets to the living room. Where's the fucking couch?
It's vertical for some reason. How did you even do this? Who helped you? KG loses because you're wrong. She's wrong. I don't give a fuck. You're wrong. You're wrong. She also doesn't like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Do I need
Banner? Get her to
Do I need more evidence? Do I need more evidence?
How do you not like that movie's amazing?
She doesn't like Scott Pilgrim either.
Crash said KG gets curb stomp on this. What? On this?
The problem is KG literally walked into a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant, and she's just like, Mexican food sucks! And so everybody in the restaurant's like, I like Mexican food. What are you talking about? And now they're just attacking her. What is rule number 1? KG loses. That's the new rule. Should have typed it faster. And now there's a delay. You don't have time to respond. Going off stream. Wouldn't that be a dickhead move?
No,
that's right. Yeah.
Void.
Yeah, she doesn't like Shaun of the Dead either.
Oh God, I don't think it's an amazing movie, but I fucking do love that movie.
Well, she doesn't like any of the Edgar Wright.
I was gonna say that whole
movies.
trilogy of movies.
Yeah, she doesn't like any of them.
They're all really good.
I like all of them. Well, it is British, but I think all 3 of those movies are really good. I think At World's End might be one of the weakest of them, but I still enjoy it.
Fabian said she has no joy in her life.
I think even over Shaun of the Dead, I think Hot Fuzz is probably the strongest.
Dude, Hot Fuzz
It's
is
time for the fuzz.
I love that fucking movie, especially when you realize that what's his face from Game of Thrones is Gorf. It's like that's
What's the protagonist's name? What's his real name?
Timothy Dalton.
Yes, wasn't he also a Bond?
Yep,
He was- he
I
was.
like him. I like him a lot.
I think he was in View to a Kill and another one. I haven't. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't watched old James Bond movies in quite some time.
He was in some other stuff too before that like TV show, I think, that I liked him from, before way
yeah,
back.
he was him. I mean, so did Brosnan. Brosnan started on, was it Steel Magnolia or not? No, Remington Steel.
Remington Steel, yeah.
I love Sean. Man, KG is cutting right to the core of Nikki tonight. Does the heart I'm doing? Yeah, it's showing up. It's actually blocking the end of every sentence you guys write, that fucking heart, because it's just blowing up on my screen in front of it. So, like, I didn't know that if Sean was saying poor things or poo things before, like, because it was just POO, and I didn't know if there's another letter there. Yeah, no, the heart.
Fabian, the heart does show up.
Yeah, it shows up and it blocks everything. Thanks, Fabian. Blocking everything.
Here, we'll do this one. Let's see. A bunch of 100s. Now it's a bunch of hearts and 100s.
Yep. Now we're getting great. I don't want any of this to happen.
I wish that thing would be a little lower for the chat. It makes no sense.
Yeah, the heart should be by where you actually put the chats in, and where you type
exactly.
instead of in the fucking way.
That is weird.
Things I want to work on for the show. I want to get some sort of emoji made for the Chicago dogs, and I'll tie them into the Stream Deck. So if it's the problem is it's going to take up an entire folder or two of Stream Deck space, because it's going to be like 1 through 10, type thing. But and then I will create an ending video for us. So when we end the show, it's not just bye everybody, black screen. I want to create something to kind of leave off the episodes with. It might be something similar to the intro. Might be something a little just kind of quicker and different.
Maybe something similar to the hot dogs.
Yeah, something more along the lines of that than the intro itself. Ketchup does not belong on KG. Get the fuck out of here. Now she's saying ketchup belongs. This is what you get when you let people from Arizona rate things. This is what I'm learning.
When you make ketchup, when you make hot dogs at home, yes, you put ketchup on it. If you're getting it from a shop, no.
Here's the thing: if you're eating like a ballpark shitty hot dog, and literally all you have is ketchup and mustard, it is acceptable, but not preferred.
Can you imagine? Crash just said if we should make a hot dog plushie. Can you imagine if we get a hot dog plushie with all 4 of our faces as a garnish for the hot dogs?
Well, I mean, his idea is cool, because do you imagine like a little hot dog plushie with a Nerd or Two Movie podcast shirt with the logo on?
But I'm talking about just our faces, like as like the peppers and the
heads,
all that shit, like just all our faces, our heads.
A whole new world, cool. A whole new world of Nerd or Two Movie podcast merchandising. Hey, you pass me the Nerd or Two Movie podcast relish. It's just my head upside down.
Like 0.5% of that if we do it.
As I'm over here rapidly deleting his chats,
muting me really fast, a 30-second delay.
I'm just over here. I'm just over here. Ban. I'm a marketing genius. I wouldn't go that far, but you can give yourself a nice little pat on the back. All right, guys, we're ending tonight. We've been going for a couple hours. We've taken enough of your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for watching. Next week, we'll be back. We will be reviewing Reptile on Netflix or Hulu.
That's on...
I believe it's Hulu.
I think it's Hulu.
Fuck me.
No, it might be Netflix, actually. It's one of them. It's Reptile with Benicio del Toro on Netflix. And then we are also reviewing LA Confidential, which is an oldie, but we're doing 2 crime movies next week.
Yeah.
We will be back with reviews next week. We will be February 9th. We'll be doing the Valentine's Day Wife's Choice episode.
Wife's Choice.
The following week, I don't remember what we said we were doing, but something fun. And then the week after that, we are doing, to end February, we'll be doing Demolition Man and Equilibrium. A double dip on Demo Man. We did that one a long time ago. It wasn't live. I'd love to get you guys discussion in on the Demo Man discussion. And Equilibrium. We've never reviewed Equilibrium. So that's going to be a really fun fucking episode. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for hanging out. As Jen said, remember to like the stream. It helps the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, follow, all that stupid bullshit. We hate to ask it, but it does help to get some sort of exposure into that algorithm.
Fabian got retracted.
He said, never. I wouldn't go that far. Yeah, Fabian's a marketing genius unless he's playing in a round of Call of Duty. Then it's just anger. It's just anger the whole time. It's only anger. No black.
It's not February yet, Jen. We don't know.
No yet. Black History Month movies. I can't. Oh man,
we haven't thought about that yet.
You really can't give me those opportunities. Martin Luther King starring Channing Tatum. That's what I want to see. What would be a good Black History movie? Like, we're not gonna fucking review Roots. Django? Would that be a solid one?
That's what I was thinking. Django Unchained.
Maybe we should do a Django movie for Django and what would be a good Black History? Django and I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Isn't it like 30 years a slave or 50 years a slave or something like that?
Ricochet with Denzel Washington.
Ricochet? You could have picked any Denzel movie and you chose
Denzel
Ricochet.
Washington and John Lithgow.
See, I would have said the movie. I just said the movie Fences starring Denzel Washington based off of the play.
Or Denzel Washington in Fallen with John Goodman.
I was thinking The Book of Eli.
Book of Eli is a great movie. Sean says Glory. So you're talking Civil War movies. Okay. That really doesn't necessarily represent Black History
Matthew
Month.
Broderick, though.
All right, what about Black Dynamite? That's a good one.
Great movie.
Remember the Titans is actually an incredible movie. I love that movie.
Meteor Man,
yeah.
We have to do a threesome.
I love Meteor Man.
We have to do a threesome. Meteor Man, Blank Man, and I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
Yes.
It's got a lot of fucking Waynes in it.
There is a lot of Waynes everywhere up in there. John Q is a great movie, but that movie will make my eyes welt up.
Yes, I don't want to cry.
John Q's a hard movie. Basically, the entire movie of John Q feels like the first 10 minutes of Up. Like the whole movie. Every time he talks about his kid dying, it's like, Jesus, the fucking son of a bitch, his kid's gonna die. And then you got super fat Ethan Suplee, just being super fat still. Selma, I don't want to watch fucking Selma. There's movies I don't want to watch, and that's the problem with Black History. If you want me to celebrate black cinema, Precious, Jen says, Jesus.
And then we can round it out with Powder at the end.
I don't want to watch.
Wait, that has nothing to do with Black
I
History Month.
I am not the guy. Besides, Remember the Titans, I am not the guy to watch some historical, inspiring fucking movie. I would rather watch Friday during Black History Month. Maybe that's it. Maybe February.
Oh.
Besides, well, we've already got February mapped out. So, sorry.
Yeah, we got it mapped out.
Thought you were gonna say Soul Plane. Shit.
I'm sorry. I don't.
Don't Be a Menace.
Dude, great movie. I don't feel obligated to watch Jordan Peele films because it's Black History. Don't Be a Menace in South Central.
I love that
Drinking
one
your juice in the hood.
Yes, I love that one too.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, dude. And the way Denzel acts too, he's got that certain I will not bury my son. My son will bury me. He's got almost like that, always angry but controlled anger going on. Undercover brother. See, the problem is we're white, and if we did a fucking episode for Black History Month and we labeled it Black History Month and we watched Undercover Brother, do you know how bad that would fucking look? Giovanni's Puerto Rican.
He's
two
of us are white. Two of us are white.
Alex is half Puerto Rican. Only half of them can get away with it. Giovanni can get away with it because he's Puerto Rican. Me, I'm being lynched outside my house that weekend after that episode.
Anthony may look white, but he's not white.
He too is Puerto Rican. You guys can. Alex can be like, yo, my mom's Puerto Rican. Go fuck yourself. Get away with it. Me?
Mira, brother.
The only lineage I have to point to is white trash. So I'm fucked. I'm still down for it. I want to do Undercover Brother. See, there's a lot of good, really, I love black comedies, and there's a lot of really good ones, and I would love to
We
start
just went through a
doing
bunch
those.
of them that I would love to watch as well. So.
But how do we do these without sounding racist?
Just don't do them on Black History Month.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
don't do them during February.
Yeah,
If we're gonna do black movies, I want to do Vampire in Brooklyn. Love that movie.
I would like to tackle fucking the hardcore gangster movies like Colors and shit like that, and
Hoodlum.
Oh, that's a good one.
I didn't see that one.
That is a
Hoodlum
good
with
one.
I think Tim Roth is in that one. Norbit. I like Norbit. I like that movie. Roscoe, Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. The movie's awesome. Tell me it's not awesome. Liar. KG's over here like it's not awesome. Your opinion's already voided. You've lost opinion privileges until we rediscuss Office.
We'll talk about this in chat after this.
Yes, everybody, have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a long one. Just trying to have some
Discord.
fun. I'm Gonna Get You Suckers a great movie. You guys
I
have a
love that
good
one.
night. Thank you so much. As Jen said, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Big Mama's House will not be on the list. I'll tell you right now. Big Mama's House. Now, Soul Plane will be on the list. Big Mama's House ain't gonna be on that fucking list. I'd rather have Queen Latifah in Man of the House with Steve Martin or whatever the fuck that movie was called over Big Mama's House. Norbit would be in the list before Big Mama's House. Straight up. White Chicks, not on the list either. Not a black movie. Doesn't count. Whiteface. Can you imagine if some asshole tried to, oh no, they did Whiteface, and everybody would, like, if he was in a room and he was like, I'm tired of this Whiteface, everybody would slowly turn at him and just start screaming at him. Like, it would be one of those things like, how dare you, 12 Years a Slave. Once again, like, a podcast
That's
with
what it
white...
was, 12 Years a Slave.
Yeah, a podcast with, like, white-looking hosts doing a movie about slavery for Black History Month doesn't scream good look to me. I'm just saying. The thought is good. The execution may not be looked at so fucking favorably. You know what I mean?
Unless we put a picture of Giovanni Anthony's father up in the corner, that, you know, this is the reason why we're doing it.
Yeah, I guess I won't be on camera the whole episode
because he is the darkest of all of us.
Yeah, but with his lighting, he looks whiter than me. Look at him.
It's true.
His shit is opaque. I'm white, but I mean, look at the light glisten off of him. All right, guys, have a good night. We're out. Bye. You guys can say goodbye. I didn't end it yet.